Okay, let me also say that I went in and started using what you call a GitHub. I went in and find out just a minute. I find out I was proposing to use what you call. I asked to find out, and I went into what you call OpenAI chat OpenAI, and I put in what are that what is it possible for. No, this is what I did. I went into OpenAI and tried to find out what does it cost to have the subscription software that I'm going to be using. What is it going to cost? I'm getting this quote of 50,000 to 100,000 for the smallest version of it. The other one was between 100,000 to a million mark, and the other one is going to be from million mark to and more. That is the subscription software that I said I was going to be using. I'm not going to be. I did say that I wanted $24 million, $25 million as a seed up that I'm going to be using, that I'm going to pull up to make this project successful. I'm still going for that amount. And at this point in time, I did say that in my venture capital dossier that I needed $25,000 to be able to get me from day to day where I will be doing the work, so that it doesn't matter where I'm going to be at. But those $25,000 is pretty much going into the hands of those who are going to be doing some of the work for me, or some of the money that I came up to when I'm no longer employed. Since I'm no longer employed, there are things that I want to be able to get finished, which I always use my hard-earned money to go and do. So when the reason why I'm bringing that up is that breaking news, making news. I want you guys to be able to gain an insight from what I am saying as a guy who has what you call enough of information that is not privileged for you guys to be able to know. I've already spoken about. I started the whole thing. So in that research that I was talking about, I was able to come up how you're going to be able to use the platform of the artificial intelligence, which is GitHub Copilot, for code generation, learning assistance, debugging, efficiency. But when I got to the area of what you call the volunteer aspect of it, I find out that some of the things that I'm going to have to pull out there is going to come from the fact that there is what you call the snippet of social impact of what I'm going to be doing, advocacy for change, skill utilization, voluntarily aspire to those who experience in AI software, and the community of build-up and stuff like that, networking and collaboration, learning the growth, and all that. As I was doing that research, I came to a point where I was forced now to go and start saying, where do I get information from those who are going to be able to help me to develop this kind of platform, which is my subscription platform? I did some names came up like Ignite, Women Who Code, Shishiron, Tech Women, Running Start, Girls Who Code. That was the one that really got my attention. And I'm hoping that people would give me a call from Girls Who Code or Women Who Code, because I went in and looked at one of their podcasts. They were celebrating the achievement for this year. I need a call from them because I want to start using those girls to get to help me with writing this $1 million subscription yesterday, not tomorrow. I want to write it yesterday, so that during the course of dealing with these women who code, I'll be able to have the volunteer of those young ladies, and they'll be able to gain from the experience of helping me to write the actual code and deploy it. I want to say that I have a degree in computer information system with my attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I am pretty much won't be able, but I can supervise it. At least to say that the guy called Blowhard, he didn't write his book. It was written by somebody else who took 50% of the actual gross. I'm talking about the Art of Deal. He's the one that was accusing Madu that he didn't write his book. This guy is a loose cannon, man. I think if we don't take this guy off the picture in the next, the democratic institution in America, where a state has taken him off the ballot, and they said another one just happened again. The reason they're saying that is pretty simple. You cannot be so to a constitutional oath and say that you're going to protect democracy and be the one that's going to become and then be an internationalist, which means you are showing that you're going to protect the democratic institutions, and at the same time, when you, the democratic institution, big brick fall on you, then you want to destroy the entire system. And since you've done that, they said it's up to 1,400. There is even an article that just came out that one of the people that was sentenced has now got out. And they put his case under the seal because of one reason or the other, so they're not releasing the information about him. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm well read, and you are going to be getting a lot of nuggets from me going forward, and those nuggets are the one that you can use I want to be the one. Once in a week, you come in and say, I want to find out more about something. But where do I get my news today? Not with the CBS, not with the ABC, not with BBC. Come to this channel and you'll be getting more information from me as something you may not have thought. But the people that are directing it towards is going to be the women. So you will be this is a news forecast. Then I went further and tried to find out what are the channel that will make this project to be able to stand the test of time. There was Robert Blake that was online, and he was putting what we call DEPEPER. And what he was talking about there was, what is the demographic of those who I want to be able to target. He was talking about what they call the creating avatar, finding your niche, and finally beat the YouTube algorithm as a small creator economy inside newsletter, the YouTuber. And he went in and said the definition of a deeper is a framework that you can go to demographic, you can find out the experience, you can find out their engagement, you can find out their preference and revisions and all that. When I came up, after listening to him for a little bit, I find out one thing. What is it? That if I'm going to succeed, I'm going to have to set up a studio in my own, what I purposely say was going to be my office, which is in my office. I set up a studio so that I would just wake up and sit there, set up the whole place, environment, and start live streaming. While I am doing it, cover, just blag on, blah, 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 until it touched a point where people will start buying me coffee online because the thing is helping the situation that I want to be able to help. I am going to try as much as I can to kind of wrap this thing up. And to wrap it up, today is all about how I believe this is, when I started this is in conclusion. When I started, it was about what to say as the fact that I started with the intention of saying remote pain point, artificial intelligence, television, at Google, at gmail.com. That's my Gmail account. Even though you can send me information through info@remotepainpoint.com. So my thing is, this is going to be good, man, because I need all the assistance that I can. But I'm also fortunate that you cannot do this without, I couldn't do it because of the fact that if you watch who I am now, I'm not self-conscious. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm upbeat. I've transcended above the boundary of common men. I don't have no criminal record. I'm trusted, and I pretty much, you can believe in me because I'm taking a course that I think is going to be for the benefit of those who are not within me. I did that. When I started the journey was 13 years ago, and I released it. I went in and tried to use my educational system to assist with what was on the ground.